Hey, family, welcome to the Beacon of Truth. I am your host, Aaron Bull. Uh, so, I'm a little late, and I was supposed to have a co host, but we had technical difficulties. So, I'm rolling solo. So, we about to wing this. We about to wing this. Before I even get started, all right, I got a couple people in here. Somebody let me know. Y'all can hear me before I even get too far in. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Can y'all hear me? Anybody hear me? Oh Lord, don't tell me I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, okay. 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 Y'all can hear me. All right. Cool. Well, happy Saturday. I'm a day late, dollar short, all that, but I'm CP, so I roll on CP time sometimes. But I wanted to talk about the Red Table Talk with Jada and Will Smith. And I was hoping to have my bestie present to help me out with this because this is definitely more her wheelhouse than mine. But we shall overcome. So we're going to move on. All right. So hopefully y'all had a chance to watch it. If not, whenever I conclude this video, I'll put the link in there. So obviously I did watch it twice. Um, I did not think it was as transparent as it could have been, especially for it to be a transparent moment. Like that's the whole purpose of the Red Table Talk. Um, and I get that it was a private affair, no pun intended, that ended up being made public because August Alsina snitched. Because it was 4.5 years ago. You coming out with an album now? Why are you talking about this? I mean, maybe you need healing, maybe you need closing. You should have talked to them. Why are you talking to the public? Like that's guy code 101. You don't talk about your conquest like that. But it is what it is. So here we are. We were presented with their red table talk. Um Clearly, even years later it was a difficult thing for them. Um I I don't know. I just wasn't I don't know. I don't feel like they were as transparent as it could have been. And especially because they are a celebrity couple and they have been known to be relationship goals. So they should have given us some insight how to proceed with that. Other than, oh, when you commit to somebody for life, that's what you should expect. No. But at the same time, it wasn't like, she stepped out on a happy go lucky marriage. Apparently at that point they were just married on paper, but nevertheless they were still married. They didn't have to address anything. They could have gone radio silent like Jay and Bay. Well, Jay didn't really. Actually, neither one of them was silent. Now they didn't do a red table talk or come out and really address it, but they used their music for that because that's what that whole lemonade thing was. And then Jay Z had his lyrics. I don't know his song. I don't follow Jay Z like that. But I mean, they didn't have to. But I think because they are back together and back to being like that power couple that we know them to be, they had to address it, especially because clearly it was her transgression this time and it was casting Will in a bad light. So you can't, if it was just like if they were just dragging Jada, then she would just have to eat that because she was the one responsible for it. But now you're putting your spouse in a position to be drugged or be taken out of context, which all it was that was something that they had dealt with and addressed years ago. So they've moved on. They've moved on. But you have to clear the air because you cannot have your husband out here looking bad because of something that you did. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a tough situation. I commend them for being able to come through it, but also there was a couple of shades in there that let us know that she ain't the only one. She's just the only one that had the public transgression, so to speak, or the entanglement. I did appreciate Will for keeping it real and be like, okay, look, we at the red table. This is supposed to be a moment of transparency. You are not gonna get away with calling it an entanglement. Talking about that's what I said. It's an entanglement. Oh yes, it was definitely a relation. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. If we supposed to be clear in the air, clear the air. Put it out there. Call it what it was. Talk about it. Whatever. And she did say that we were done. He said they were done. So apparently they were definitely nowhere near reconciling or anything like that. So, she admitted to being hurt. And the other part that I didn't understand was when she was talking about her need to help people, kind of encouraged her to do that. Like I'm a helping person. I'm a giving person. I am not inclined to entangle with people that I help. Like it's just separate for me. But okay, not my business, not my relationship. I'm reading comments. Okay, let me see. Yes. I done did something. Howdy.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, yes, and we have volume. Welcome, welcome. You scared me, girl. I was like, oh Lord, she on here. Can I hear her? Yes. All right. So, obviously I was just talking about the red table.
Hmm.
Proceed. Come on. Come on with it. I was waiting on you.
I mean, you already pretty much said it. Hello, everyone who is
Oh, I
watching.
didn't do no kind of introduction.
You
Oh,
really
y'all
didn't.
know how. All right, so I am now joined by my bestie, Miss Lovey McPherson, host of Live, Laugh, and Lovey, the most popular episode recap on YouTube and Anchor. And now you are now doing what, ma'am? Tell us about the little magazine thing.
Yes,
We international now, world renowned. Go
we're
ahead.
not internationally known. It is still U.S. soil bound. But I am a writing contributor for Pop Break TV. It's an online magazine, entertainment magazine. Well, it's not really all entertainment, but they deal with science fiction movies, television, just a whole bunch, a bevy of things. So www.popbreaktv.com. Go check it out. Yes. Okay.
All
So
right, all right.
so Will and Jada. Okay, so look. I guess when you said that you were anticipating more transparency, my question to you is how much more do you feel that they should have brought to the table?
I guess that's a good question. And maybe I'm looking at it not respecting them as like a traditional couple, but they're celebrities. You know what I mean? And we look at them as kind of relationship goals. So for those that are hoping, because a lot of couples and people and individuals have aspired to have Will and Jada love.
Hmm.
So now we're seeing a little bit that is like, oh, okay. So they didn't really walk us through the healing process of it to me. And I think that infidelity is a difficult thing, period. I honestly don't know if I could have recovered the way that they did. So again, kudos to them. I am happy to see them together and strong, like what we have known them to be.
Hmm.
But I'm just trying to understand how did they get past that, I guess.
Well, like you said, as they repeated, it's been 4.5 years.
Mhm.
That's not overnight. And I'm sure that they're still dealing with some struggles along the way, but they've had time to work on them as a couple as a whole. So I guess I didn't have a problem with what all that they did put out. Because the video was only 12 minutes long, which was more and then they packed a whole lot in those 12 minutes. That 12-minute sit down. So I think that they gave us just enough information for us to know one, there was holes in their relationship, which allowed August to have his moment to, okay, let me in, coach, let me in. Okay, boom, I got my chance. And then, okay, you know what? Will and I, we need to work on this. We can't keep going like this. We got to do what we got to do. And then now they're where they are today. I feel like all of the ducks were all aligned. They gave us just enough for us to know what we needed to know, and then that's it. Because otherwise, any more details related to what happened, it's us kind of being nosy, in my opinion. Because
I can see that. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, that's just like you coming to tell me, okay, you know what? Me and V, we having issues, and da 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 da, and this is what it is, and this is how it came about, and but we working on it. Okay, but then if I come back and be like, okay, well, what happened? What actually led to y'all having problems? Then that's being nosy.
But I mean, I get that on like non-celebrity couples. Like if something happened where all of a sudden we found out that this guy or that this girl cheated on her husband, okay, then it is what it is. But when you are cast in a light again, like relationship goals, we have seen them. I mean, and maybe it's more Jada. She's the helping one. But just throughout the years, they have come together and given kind of encouragement or maybe hope for relationships and whatnot. So that's the reason that I'm seeking not to be all up in their business, but at the same time, if you are a relationship, I don't. They're not experts, but
But
go ahead. You
we
getting ready
put
to say
that
something?
on them. They didn't give themselves that title or that goal. We, the public, did that. So they're living their life just as though they are a normal couple. They are normal people. They're a normal couple. But
I got you.
we are the ones that put them as relationship goals. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
don't see, the benefit of knowing more. Because I have seen people say, well, she didn't give too much. She didn't give enough. I mean, well, clearly she was uncomfortable. She was clearly uncomfortable sitting at her own red table.
Yes.
And Will was like, no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. You created this table for what? Okay. So let's go ahead and keep your feet to the fire and keep the conversation going. Okay, you did what? An entanglement? No, no, it was a relationship.
Yes.
Okay. And she still
Because
tried to
that.
dance around that thing.
Yes, I'm like, oh no, I know Queen Red Table is not trying to dance around her table. Like, come on
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
Because if you're not gonna be clear, then don't sit at the red table. Everybody know. Don't come to the red table if you don't want to be exposed. If you don't want that closure or that healing, or because you have to call it out in order to address it and move on. Now, granted, that they as a couple have worked through that and moved on, but I guess because it's new to us.
Hmm.
What I mean? Because they're like, it's over, it's old news. But if it is old news, then y'all should be able to not necessarily talk about all the details of what happened or even why were they separated. That's not what I'm asking at all. That's just being nosy at this point. But I guess just for relationship aspirations. But again, I get that that is something that we did put that on them because they never said, yeah, we're the power couple or
Hmm.
we're here to um help other couples and we want to be a light.
Hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Hmm. 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 So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had no problem with it. I was like, okay, all right, yes for the transparency, but I was here for Will because Will was like, I was done with your ass. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Ah, ugh. And then that's tough. Like when he get to come like that, and you got to eat it, because clearly they give as good as they get. So obviously she really was like wrong, because she didn't push back or nothing. Like, yeah, I know,
Right, right. I think this was the same conversation that Bill and Hillary had, but we never saw it. But we can
Hmm.
see that because when he said, "I feel like I'm the wife or the husband standing off to the side, I'm gonna stand by my woman, because this is what I do." Yeah, this is kind of the part of the conversation that Bill and Hillary had when he cheated. So, but when I said that they didn't
Right.
have to address anything, yeah, J and B, they addressed their situations through their music, but to publicly come out and talk about it, they've never done that. Well, Jay did with David Letterman, where he indicated that he cheated. But that was probably
Okay.
the one and only time that you ever heard him address anything publicly about anything that is going on in their relationship. Otherwise, they just like, whatever, y'all speculate, y'all come to your own conclusion. We know what's going on up in our house, okay? So I commend the
Hmm.
Smiths for being so forward. So get ahead of the curve. Stop, before the rumors get way out of hand. Let's get ahead of it. Let's talk about it. Let's dead it. So I'm waiting on, and let's see if August gonna come back with a rebuttal.
Cause I mean, so that's what I wanted to ask you. So, how did you feel? Like, okay, do you know? Because, like, again, this is celebrity news. This is your wheelhouse. So, do we know why August came out with it? I mean, I get that he was coming out with a new album or something like that, but what did that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Nothing. I think he was
So he
trying to get publicity for his new album. Cause like I think V said, well, most men that I've spoken with or even discussed it was just like, yo, my God, you should have kept that to yourself. Like for real, you giving out body numbers? For real, your body count? Nah, and it's Jada?
right.
Nah, you keep that to yourself. You go to the grave with that.
I know that's right.
hmm So I don't know if he thought that he was going to get back at them. But nah, it was an epic fail. Nah, boo.
Epic, epic fail. And then the thing about oops, the thing about August was that I was rooting for him. I was a fan of his music at first, but I was rooting for him because I knew of his illness and his battle with his health, and he had something going on like with his sister and stuff like that. But now, like, that's dead.
Nah,
That's dead. You lost all momentum right then. Like,
nah.
mm-mm.
I gave him no sympathy. I gave him as much sympathy as y'all give me sympathy with my disability. Okay.
Oh, girl, you ain't disabled. You just
Exactly.
in a wheelchair.
Exactly. That's how much sympathy he got from me. Okay. Nah. Okay. Wait. Teresa Wyatt. She said, "Wait, don't move on yet." What you got going? What you got? What questions? What
Okay,
conversation you
don't
got?
move on yet.
Okay. What
Okay,
you
we
got?
pausing for you. All eyes on you. I wish it had the little bubbles like like Messenger, so we can say, "Are you typing?"
Right. 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 But yeah, I
Okay.
I just didn't. At first I thought that he was lying, but then I was like, but if he's not, whose business is it? We would have never known if you wouldn't have said anything. And I don't care. That's just me. I really didn't care. It's just like, okay, now what? You told us, and now what? What is that going to accomplish? How is it? When is
Right.
the album out? Is it out now?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't know. It's like, at this point, like when that happened, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, he ain't getting a play, a listen, a share, a like, of nothing from me at this point because it was absolutely messy.
hmm
It was 4.5 years ago. I guess it might have been a year or two long. You know what I'm saying? The entanglement was about a year or two, whatever. And he chose to end it. So you don't even get the benefit of being the scorn lover. Like,
hmm
if you
Yeah.
chose to end it and you moved on, then why are you talking now?
Okay, so Teresa says
So
when
it's
you are in the public eye, people always expect more from you, and they always made themselves the poster couple. by always speaking on the relationship in interviews. I could agree with that.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
definitely agree with that. But I wouldn't necessarily say that they themselves gave them that title of being the poster couple. They were just being a couple. Now it just happened to have been on the outside, it looked like it was a successful couple. And that's where our goals were created. But we, the public, still put that title on them. I can't recall a time where they were just like, "Yeah, we gonna be the example of black love," and no, I've never heard that. Unless someone can correct me. Show me the
Mm-mm.
receipt. Show me the receipt.
Okay. Hold on, let me put this comment up real quick. V said he's nothing, but he a first 48 dude. But so are there couples that actually say we are relationship goals?
I can't recall any.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we are all it's always the public that puts that onus on them. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? They say, okay, y'all are relationship goals. Now
mhm,
you do have some that step up and I guess kind of encourage, but most of the time we just like even okay, Michelle and Barack,
mhm,
they have never stepped up and said we are America's favorite couple or black couple relationship goals
mhm.
or anything like that. But they have just always maintained that. Now I don't know if that comes just from, how they are naturally, which I hope so. But they sure make it
Yeah,
look good.
right. I think it is. It is. It's like you said. It's natural. It's nothing. If anything, if any couple out there would have relationship goals, I would think that it would in fact be Michelle and Barack.
Yeah.
Cause it's I don't know. I don't necessarily I've never compared my relationship or wanted to compare my relationship to another couple, regardless as
Yeah,
to
me
who it
either.
is. You know what I'm saying? It's just because I know with my dearly departed mister, I remember we had a conversation where I was like, well, let's be the example. And I remember saying that. Let's be the example of what a relationship should look like. Yeah, we're going to have our fights. We're going to have our arguments. But at the end of the day, we going to respect one another. It didn't even matter if my friends knew. Yeah, everybody knew that we fought. We had our issues. But at the end of the day, we going to come together. I'm going to roll for him. He going to roll for me.
No pun
So,
intended.
ah, ha, ha, ha. Whatever. Um, but I never said, okay, you know what, let's be out here like Will and Jada. No, I've never done that. Now they may help shape how we conduct ourselves, like in public, or just going forward. Respect. Give me some trinkets here and there as to how I can impact my relationship. But I'm never the one to be like, oh yeah, I want to be like Will and Jada. I want to be like B and J. Nah, never that. And no one
I
should,
never wanted to be like B&J for real, but
unless you're making that money.
well, yeah, that's all
Yeah,
I wanted.
yeah,
Just give me the money. But
If it ain't
I
about the
I, I can
money,
agree.
don't be
Okay,
playing. Yep. Oh, okay, sorry. Can we bring that
you know
versus?
that's Ti.
Can we bring
You
that
know that's
versus on?
Ti.
Can we bring that versus
Girl,
on? I mean, y'all playing. Okay, go ahead.
he got to get to the barbershop first.
Yeah, his mutton
Ti.
chops. Them mutton
Okay,
chops.
so we about to shift. Hold on, wait, pause. We gonna get on the. We finished. Oh, relationship goals. So I can agree, and I think that when you do start to have other people as your relationship goals, it's difficult because you're not her and he's not him.
Yep.
So it doesn't. Now there are certain things that you could say like, "Oh, you see how so and so did this," or you see how she did with him, or how they worked through that, blah blah. Or like for example, now the couple that I would say was almost kind of relationship goals was like Lauren and Nipsey Hussle, Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle. They were relationship goals for me. So I have to retract that, and I'm gonna tell you why. because they closely resembled the kind of lifestyle or background that I'm used to.
Hood?
Cause very. Yes. I have a Grady baby, okay? But, she was still she was still his queen. And even though he did all of the hood stuff that he did, as far as like the videos, that's all I'm talking about. Now in personal life, I don't know. But as far as even in the videos, he did the traditional ratchet videos with the girls everywhere, whatever, but he was focused on one, and that was her. And that was what was appealing to me. What?
Nothing. I'm just listening.
Oh. You
I'm
looking
just
like,
listening. I mean, they in fact were a couple to aspire to be like. I don't know. I guess their story was. I don't feel it's any different than anyone else's.
well, it's not that it was necessarily different than anyone else's. It's just that you didn't get the same feeling that he changed or she changed. It's like they were allowed to be themselves and still be together.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I get it.
it is the hood aspect of it. It is the hood aspect of it, if you want to call it that, because that's what I'm used to. They were like homies, but they were lovers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But okay, so let's talk about this versus with
Mm-hmm.
Ti
That
or
probably won't happen.
hypothetical. Why? I mean, if
'Cause
we can have Teddy Riley with the broke down
nah,
production
but
studio.
ego, ego is playing a part. 50 ain't gonna do it. 50
Why?
ain't
Because
gonna
he
do it.
called him out. Because of the way he called him out. You supposed to say, "Please, Mr. 50 Cent, sir, will you join me in the verses?" Like,
No, cause did you see that 50? Cause 50 is petty as. Can I curse?
yeah, go ahead.
50 is petty as fuck. He is
We
hella
know that.
petty. So cause he posted, I don't know if you saw this, but he posted the PSA that Tip did for Crime Stoppers.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, why are you throwing that out there? Like, why? I mean, what's wrong with that? Especially at a time like this. I mean, come on
Right.
now. So it ain't gonna happen. 50's ego is not gonna allow him to do right by that. And with the way that, because I mean, Tip has let it know that all his shit talking is all in jest. But 50, I don't think he's man enough to understand that. And especially with the rules of engagement that Swiss and Tim has set up for the battles, because it's supposed to be all about love and, you bigging up each other. I don't see that happening. 50 not man
Yeah,
enough. He's not
because
grown enough for that.
I was gonna say, does 50 ever big up anybody besides
Nah,
himself?
right. Not
Okay.
really.
All right.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So maybe we can have a hypothetical, like maybe somebody just get up there and play Tips hits, and then somebody play 50s. I think I'm so sorry. 50 had how many albums has he had? Because I only remember like one. Maybe he had two. I
He's
don't
had a
know.
few. But
He
T.I.
sure ain't had it.
he gon' mop the whole entire 285
Yes,
with his
yes,
little records. Yeah.
absolutely. And then Ti created a movement. 50 just joined one.
Facts. Facts.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. I know you'll keep us informed on that. Uh, what else we got? Keisha and Governor Trump Kemp. Chad, I'm so tired of these people. So first of all, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has tested positive for COVID-19 and now has implemented a mask rule in the city of Atlanta. The governor His opening his big mouth. Oh, it's unenforceable. Like, sir, stay in your lane, please. Please stay over there in your stolen election seat and let us take care of the city. Oh, I'm still salty. He stole that election. I'm gonna say that every time I mention Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp stole the election from Stacey Abrams. I'm gonna say it every time.
Hmm.
But
What you did?
so I I don't understand, when did hell get political?
Since 45 been in office.
Mm, facts.
Hmm.
Facts. That's facts.
Hmm. It's never been this bad. It's been bad, but it's never been this bad.
I mean, there is absolutely like nothing we can do anymore that's not political. If you
Right.
support sports, it's political. If
Hmm.
you boycott sports, it's political. If you wear a mask, it's political. If you don't,
If you sell Spanish beans,
girl, let me tell you why I had to jump off Facebook the other day while you talk about them Spanish beans. So first of all, I'm from this side.
no,
I went to Stockbridge
no,
High School
you don't say.
with all these good old boys and girls, and baby. So this still ties in, but we're going back and forth with trying to get Confederate statue removed in McDonough down there in the square. So the vote has gone and they're gonna remove it, whatever. So these rednecks down here, baby, they are losing their mind. They are losing their mind. And every time I jump on Facebook, so I'm in this Life in Henry group, which is because I live in Henry County. They up there posting pictures of the beans and Aunt Jemima talk about I'm all stocked up. Let me tell you how much shade I threw. I was like, oh, you had to go to people of color for seasoning because you didn't have none anyway.
Facts.
Yes,
Where's your fan? Where's your
girl,
fan, girl?
child. I ain't playing with these rednecks, baby. Put some fan on their neck. Cool off. Cool off. But oh my god, the hate is real. The hate is real. So before we get into the goofy stuff, as far as the beans or the Goya,
Goya.
that was really insensitive because he knows that the president of the company that made the statement saluting Trump. I guess he I yeah, no. I try to give him a leg to stand on because whatever policy it was supposed to help the Hispanic community. Now I didn't read into it. I'm not Hispanic, so I don't. It doesn't matter. But I don't
Really,
know if it
girl? You
was
ain't
really.
Hispanic? Oh,
Okay, I'm not
fix my
Hispanic now.
glasses. What?
But I hadn't seen anything where people were actually praising the policy like we should be saluting Trump. Because like when Donald Trump, I hate to say it, when 45 passed
45.
the
Hmm.
First Step Act, I commended him on that. That was like 2 years ago, something like that.
The
That's
who?
the last time I commended him. The First Step Act, where he was working to basically help rehabilitate um, ex-cons
Okay.
and give them a leg up. That's when he put the little token black woman on. I sure thank you, Mr.
Oh,
Trump,
Alice
for my
Johnson.
freedom.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so
Hmm.
okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I'm
It ain't
done
no
with that.
different than the commercial for Kelly. Is it Kelly here in Georgia where she's running for the Senate seat?
Oh, Kelly Loeffler.
Yeah, and the little colored man. Yeah, I said colored. The little colored man giving out the free lunches, and then he crying. I'm like, how much did they pay you? And
Okay, because
come
first of
on now.
all, Kelly Loeffler needs to be gone for several reasons. She was involved in that stock dump right before the coronavirus
Hmm.
hit when
Right,
she was part of the Congress people that had the first access to how bad the COVID-19 shutdown and all that was going to be. So they started dumping the stocks.
right.
Okay. And then she's also part owner of the Atlanta Dream on the
Right.
WNBA
That's
and
what I
has
meant.
made some horrible statements
Yeah,
against Black
Black
Lives
Lives
Matter.
Matter. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't believe that the social issues should interfere or be intertwined with the game. So that means that players, can't really voice their opinions or invoke their opinions on the matter when they're on the court, or just is it just period? Basically they just need
Period.
to shut up and dribble, basically, without her
Right.
having said so. They just need to shut up and dribble, which is ridiculous, because
Hmm.
that means that, and because I think I saw one of the players in the news where she was just like, 85% of the league is black. So you mean to tell me that you're not
Hmm.
standing behind us? Come on now. That makes
But
absolutely
this
no
is this
sense.
is let me kill it like this. If you think that politics should not be in sports, why are you part owner of a team when you in politics?
She's a silent partner.
I don't care. So your partner, she getting a check from it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go way off, but
Oh
yeah.
no, that's right on. That's right on.
Yeah.
And so for my blackety black moment of the episode, I would like to talk about Black Lives Matter because a lot of people are misconstruing what it is. Because number one, Black Lives Matter is a movement. It's not a religion. So you don't have to believe certain things to participate in Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
And you will have people that support and participate in Black Lives Matter that do and believe in things that you don't agree or that the collective does not agree with.
Mhm.
So, I mean, when you see people that say Black Lives Matter and then they go out and do racist things, like there was a guy, I forgot what city, that I want to say it was somewhere in New York, that was saying like no white folks allowed, or whatever. That you can't contribute that to or attribute it to the whole Black Lives Matter movement, because we've been embracing all colors. We've been asking for support from all races, all demographics. You know what I mean? So you can't say, "Oh, see, Black Lives Matter is responsible for this." Black Lives, like, no, it's a belief, a movement, or it's not a religion.
Mhm.
So it's nothing you sign up for that says, I swear to XYZ. Do this, do that, do that. I will uphold these beliefs and blah, blah, blah. It is literally just saying, I believe in equality for all, justice for all, and breaking down systemic racism, etc., etc., etc. You know what I mean? So it's that simple. And I get so aggravated because, it only takes one. It only takes one for them to say, oh, see, this is what Black Lives Matter is about. And talking about, oh, it's a terrorist movement. It's a hate group. How, Sway?
Yeah, but it may seem simple to us, but if you have a group or a person that has had little droplets of racism dropped into their spirit over the years, they're not going to see the simplicity of it. Because just like, okay, so I was 46 years old when I found out that the ice cream truck music. Yeah, that is a racially charged song that started back in 1917. Okay, what's the name of the song? Nigga
Nigga
eating
loving
watermelon.
watermelon.
Yeah, nigga loving watermelon. Ha ha ha
Ha
ha.
ha ha ha. Like, wow.
Yes. So those little things are subconsciously in the minds of those who are racist. Like, cause there was a point where I used to think like when Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club was like, black people aren't racist. And I was just like, well, we can be at times. But then the more and more I thought about it, I was like, I guess we really aren't. because we're conditioned to accept everyone. Because not everyone has accepted us as a people, as a race, as their equal. We're conditioned to do the opposite. You know what? I don't care if you white. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you bula bula. I'm gonna love you the same. You know what I'm saying?
Just for clarity, what demographic is Bula Bula? I'm
I
just
don't
asking.
know. It's that one over there in the pocket that's way up there in the pocket.
Oh,
And
okay. That's shaped
yeah,
like the boot. Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I don't know. It's just it's the as time goes on, the more and more stuff that has been revealed, that is and has been racially charged. It opens my eyes more to kind of understanding, because the only way that we're really gonna get a full comprehension of why racism exists is because we have to understand where people are coming from with their ideology with it.
Hmm.
And with learning the background of that song, it's just like, oh dang. Like, okay, we knew the Hooded Clan was running around long and century years ago. Well, not centuries, but a century ago. Dang, it's really this thing is really embedded in people and it's generational. Because we always
And you know,
known. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Finish your statement.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, we know that racism is, uh, what I say.
Generational.
It's a learned activity. It's a learned thought process. It's not something that you just grow up. You grow up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're learn. It's a learned behavior. That's what it is. It's a learned behavior. So
And so what I was gonna say is like, I guess listening to you break it down like that, it makes me realize something that there are actually because I'm like you have to know that you're racist. You have to
mhm,
know that you're racist. There are some people that don't because you have to think about it. Way back when, nobody ever thought that slavery. Well, I won't say nobody, but the people that were doing the enslaving never really thought it was wrong.
mhm, mhm.
They never thought, well, gee, I need to make some money. I hate to do it to you, buddy. Could you just put these chains on? I mean, it was just a money making venture because number one, at that time we were 3/5 of a person.
Yeah.
All right, we were like we weren't even 3/5 of a person at that point. We were property. We were chattel property. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So because there was never a point where it was looked at that they were enslaving humans. As we have gone down the line, they fail to see the humanity in black people today.
Yep. Yep. No matter how far we have progressed, we're still not looked as though, oh, you're my equal. No, you still that nigga that my great granddaddy
Yeah,
used to refer to you as, your people as.
right. And then, you see their real colors when they get upset because that's their go-to word. That's their go-to word. Nigga, go back to Africa. You gonna take us back? Cause we didn't we didn't swim over here. We didn't volunteer to be here.
Right,
And you gonna drop us off in Africa when y'all go back to Europe? What? This a two stop tour? What are we
right,
doing?
right. So, this whole, I just want him out the office.
And that girl. I A lot of people are saying that at this point he is pretty much committed to surrendering without surrendering. So he's just tanking himself. You know what I'm saying? Like with that commuting Roger Stone Senate because he threatened to snitch on him if he didn't get the help.
I, no comment.
I was waiting.
I have no comment. Well, for one, I saw the headlines, but I didn't look into the story because it could because these coming out of Washington is so infuriating that I don't even want to turn on my TV. I'm a person who grew up on TV. I used to eat, sleep, live, shit, all that television, all of it. And now I am to the point to where my TV does not go on for any more than maybe an hour or two throughout the entire day. It's just, and I used to be that person where, hey, I got to get my news. I got to find out. I got to hear about what's going on in my backyard. I got to get my daily pop news. What's going on in pop culture? I don't even want to do that because it's either COVID related or it's the malarkey that's going on or coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Right. Black Lives Matter Plaza.
Oh,
But
my bad. You're right. You're right.
and I'm actually the opposite. So, I would watch a couple of TV shows back in the day and whatnot, but I really wasn't a TV person. But since 45 been in office and this thing popping off a new headline every 2 hours or something,
Mhm.
girl,
Mhm.
I have my TV on. It might be on mute. I just walk by and look at the headline, peep the headline, check Twitter, see what's trending. Like, okay, what did this fool say now? Like,
Right. It I can't do it, and it's so stressful. It's
it is
stressful for
super stressful.
those, especially us locked up in the house because we can't go out. Like if we had an escape to be able to get away from the headlines and do, I don't mean to be all up in the camera, but but if we had a form of escapism, then it wouldn't be as bad. But because we are still under quarantine, we it's so it's all consuming and it's too much, and that's what's really driving people into depression, and it's all kind of uh mental issues that are now coming to the front where people are having to deal with. I mean, and I see why people are under high anxiety because of the mess that's going on, and they aren't doing anything to help to help the cause. Because people,
At all.
okay. So I have a friend who has a friend that I met through them, right? What? Why are you laughing?
You have a friend that has a friend?
Yeah, a friend of a friend. Let me just say that.
Okay.
Okay, a mutual acquaintance. Wait, is that the right word? Okay, well look, my friend Broderick, he got a friend named D'Antoine. Okay, right?
Okay.
He he has been out here in the streets. When I tell you every weekend he is out living his best life as though nothing is going on and he's not wearing a mask. And I'm like, me and Broderick, we be like, dude, you gonna die. How you gonna be out here just all willy nilly without a mask? And today he made a post saying that going talking about the interaction between Keisha and Ryan. And everybody on the post is just like, dude, just stay in the house. Just stay in the house. I was like, right, you gonna fuck around and get Rona and then you gonna be talking, oh, I'm so sick. Okay, and then what? Because I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. I mean, I will for a moment, but like, well, you
Yes,
asked
you
for it.
will. Rainbows and unicorns.
Shut up. Um, but yes, I mean, these people, they are just not taking it serious. And then the weather is not helping at all either. Because it's really, really nice outside. And I, I see it. I be like, I want to go out. I go out when I absolutely have to. Otherwise, I'm here in the house. I don't need that. And people need to get in their brains that we have no vaccination. There
At
is no
all.
cure right now. There's nothing that we can do to help this. So why can't you do your part? One news, I was watching this Today Show, I think, and one doctor said, no, the doctor over at Northside, the chief of staff, he was like, you may not want to wear your mask, but you damn sure don't want to wear a ventilator.
Okay. Okay. And I mean, I I don't even know how I could, if it was something that you could catch that would only affect you, by all means, risk yourself. Cool. Risk yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not want to be responsible for the illness or death of anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, prime example, one of the reasons that Keisha Lance Bottoms is implementing that mask rule was because, number one, testing, she had taken 3 tests and she only got one back, and she got the confirmation in the middle of a press conference with 50 people. So guess what? All them 50 people got a quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I just child, I can't deal. I can't deal. And it's not even like going outside makes you forget that it exists, because number one, it's like there's nothing you can do to make you forget about the coronavirus, because either you're gonna go outside of your house and you're gonna see less people, you're gonna see the social distancing. Like, girl, we went to Waffle House. So you know how Waffle House is. They got the booths over here right by the bathroom. They got like a clear trash bag in between the
Yeah,
booths.
I saw that
You
last
know what I'm
time I went.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ooh, it's real. I
Right.
appreciated it. But, we ended up not eating there because they had an attitude. They was squabbling with each other. I'm like, y'all not finna squabble and scramble my eggs. So, no, we didn't eat there.
Oh, now I want a seafood scramble now. Okay,
Yeah, here you
sorry,
go. I didn't know.
but they know
Fatty.
I'm a foodie. Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Everybody,
Go ahead.
yes, you are the cake lady. Everybody knows you're a foodie. We wouldn't be friends if you weren't a foodie. Like, it's
No,
a
we wouldn't be
requirement.
friends if I didn't drink beer.
Well,
Exactly.
that was
Let the
then. This
church
is
say
now. Why are
amen.
you bringing up old shit? Can we move on? Do we have other things to talk about?
Let the church say
So,
amen. The pastor want to hear amen.
moving
Hmm.
right along. So I know we don't have kids, but they're talking about kids going back to school. But here's the thing: they're having these meetings virtually to discuss sending children back to school in person.
That part. No, I don't have
So
kids,
yeah,
but we both have nieces and a nephew. And if they were in our care, I know if my nieces were in my care, I wouldn't be sending them to kid not to school. I wouldn't be sending them to school. Or if they had a set schedule to where there would be like a hybrid, yes, and where there would be less where they would alternate days, maybe based on their
hmm
last name or social, whatnot. Yes, absolutely. Because I kind of think, I know for me, being in school, and you could understand this too, having a hybrid class, it kind of helps because it allows you to be able to do your work from home. And then for any questions or anything that you do not understand, you could go back to school and get an understanding of it.
yeah. I mean, under normal circumstances, yeah, but right now, like, I can't. I can't. I couldn't. I couldn't see it for the simple fact that they can tell you whatever they want to tell you about what they're gonna be doing with your child.
Hmm.
But unless you're gonna be a paraprofessional and sitting in there to make sure,
Yeah.
ain't no guarantees. And
Well,
then
that's
you talking about 4,000, schools with 4,000 students and stuff like that. They finna social, girl, bye,
Well, yeah,
child, boo,
with
bye.
kids with children, grammar school, elementary school age, yes, that is totally difficult because the kids don't understand the concept unless you invoke some type of fear in it. Otherwise they're not gonna be tripping. They just want to go outside and play. They want to play, they want to be with their friends, they want to be with their teachers. They see their teachers, they get excited. Hey, Miss Bull, oh my God. And they want to come up to you and hug you. So yeah, I could understand that. So
And
it's
then and then too, with grade school, like you were saying, I think that would be traumatic, because so now, that's the age where you want to teach them boundaries, love and respect, and showing it, just having that interaction and whatnot. So now you're putting a halt to that because of this COVID-19. Don't hug me, don't touch me, don't
mhm.
touch them, don't. Don't play with them. Stay away. It's almost detrimental
Yeah.
because how so
It's
how
gonna
I mean
interfere it's gonna interfere with children learning the act of social interaction. Mhm.
not to mention these are now the children of people that are already not socially interacting the way that we did. They didn't not
Mhm.
hanging out on the block. They hanging out on Facebook.
Mhm.
They hanging out on Instagram,
Mhm.
TikTok, and all of that kind of stuff. So they
Video
already
games,
social
gaming.
distancing, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's just amplifying it at this point, and it's almost going to get to a point where nobody's going to know anybody's name unless what's your username? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your username? They don't know anybody's real name.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel sorry for those when we're gone. I feel sorry for the state of the world because it's gonna be so different. I mean, and I'm so grateful that we grew up in a time where we knew who people were by their name. We knew
Hmm.
we knew our telephone numbers. We knew our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? It's like we know how to interact with somebody off of the phone, off of text. We know how to pick up the phone and hold a conversation. And I'm glad that God saw fit for us to be able to have that experience. But my heart cries for those that are going to be after us because it's going to be totally different. Totally
Girl,
different.
you
The
talk about
mental
knowing
state.
phone numbers and whatnot.
Hmm.
I have, my nephew's here. I said, Langston, what's your phone number? Because he has a phone. Oh, it's very simple. It's right here. He pulls out the phone and clicks on contact. You know how where it shows you, so you don't know your phone number. What's your mother's phone number? Um, I said, so what if you lose your phone and something happens to you and you need to contact your mother? Um, I'm like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
Because when I was 16, I knew my address. I knew, because, with no cell phones back then. We ain't going to do it like that. But I knew the house phone number.
Right.
I knew my
16. Shoot,
entire
we knew that
address.
by the time we was 3.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
fundamentals. Like how you spell your name. Okay, what's your mother's name? Okay, what's your address? What's your telephone number? Those are basic fundamentals that were taught to us growing up.
Yeah, and it was even taught in school. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That was part of your homework assignment. I'm like,
Mhm.
how you get to 16? Because I mean, he's. It's not like he moved around a lot. I mean, and she be using the Metro phones, so you got to get a new phone number every 6 months or something. If
Stop
you
it.
miss a payment, they tell.
Stop it.
Oh, oh,
Stop
okay.
it.
I'm just saying.
Stop it. Metro has come along. They have come a long way from 10 years ago. 15.
That's true. They
Uh-huh.
had them dot matrix phones.
Move on, child. So
I got distracted. I'm sorry. I don't know why I get
yeah,
so
we
caught up
know.
with Metro.
We know. Yeah. Go on ahead.
Do you feel the heat? You feel the heat?
Whatever.
What else we got to talk about? Did we cover what else is going on?
That's pretty much it. No, we didn't cover the hot topics of the week.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
There was something else that I was going to talk about, but I don't know. This is what happens when you don't write things down. But alrighty then. I guess we will call it a night. I'm glad you were finally able to join me. We'll talk about that later to figure out what we need to do going forward.
Uh-huh.
But I do think that we are going to do this on Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm just saying. It works. We a vibe.
Okay,
We a
so
whole
people she would
vibe.
like to have this done on Saturday evening, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
But
Woo.
alrighty, good people. Thank you so much for your time. We are gonna get out of here. Y'all stay safe. Wear your mask, regardless of what they saying. Stay home as much as possible. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. Do not be that one. Do not be this one.
Don't be that person.
Okay.
Don't be that
All
person.
right. Good night, y'all.